So more on that later. Let's welcome Raúl Julia. No, not Raúl Julia. Raúl Sánchez. Raúl Julia, one of my favorite character actors, has been dead for 20 years. Don't die on me, man. I need you here till you're 90. Raúl Sánchez.
First of all, thank you all for coming out tonight. I know that sometimes there are a lot of events out there and family situations that keep us from doing what we want. It happens to me. As soon as I see it, on the calendar, it's like, but I guess I cannot go, so forget it. But I appreciate your time and your presence here. So today, earlier, I put this on my Facebook page there. It says, loading boxing bag, heading north to Everett, best Zippy's Gala Lounge on Wetmore Avenue, 7 o'clock. The mic goes on, and the words will flow, flutter with music in the air, and the sweet background noise espresso that machines love to make. The lights are bright, the space is warm as the friends that will show up tonight. Come on out, make new friends of the poetic kind. See you there, you know where. I'll be there.
Woo! Thank you, Raúl.
I'm going to have it in order. It is in order. The page gets stuck. Okay, so I thought that knowing a little bit of music, I'm not a musician, but I use my voice. I thought I divided my space here, my time, in 3 segments. So I call them Adagio, where I'm going to read from my book, and then Allegro, poems that have been published somewhere else, and Molto Allegro Vivace, some new stuff I'm working on. So we get the idea. And I gotta keep my list here, so I won't get lost. So the title of the book is All Our Brown Skinned Angels, and it was published by Moodpad Press out of Kingston, Washington. The title of the poem, All Our Brown Skinned Angels. No human being has the right to deprive others from their freedom, but we live amongst people who carry stones instead of hearts. Hatred on their tongues, these descendants of colonizers' racist agenda is always to get rid of those that don't fit their way of being. Fear and threats are their weapons. Laws such as HB 56 and SB 1070 imposed by judges and rulers to carry out ethnic cleansing, to eradicate from our soil all our brown-skinned angels. All our brown-skinned angels. Our skin is not dirty. Our language is not obscene. We are not garbage. The sun shines the same on all people, no matter how they treat us. We will no longer run from our oppressors. We will not hide. If we must fight, we will defend ourselves by our united hearts. Our strength is in our blood, in our voice, in our history. We are warriors. Meshikatiawi.
Woo!
So when we were negotiating the title of the book, it was suggested that title, and I thought, I don't know angels. But then I let it sink in, and the editor had me write more poems with that in the title or embedded in the poem. Brown angels at work. Brown angels are everywhere. We observe them mowing lawns, raking, blowing leaves, dangling from tall buildings, washing windows, painting, roofing houses. They are in your kitchens, serving, smiling. They park your cars out in all kinds of weather. Watch them picking fruits and vegetables, breaking their bags. On freeway ramps, we witness them sending flowers, strawberries, Bremen Angels are attending church, going to night school, college bound. These angels don't fly. They walk the same sun-baked earth that you and I do, sowing seeds of prosperity deep down in this American soil. This economy's wheels turn on the axles of immigrant sweat, brown angel sweat. Lately, the wheels are stuck in intimidation's mud, discrimination's muck. If brown angels could fly, hover over fertile fields and cities of this American land, they would perform miracles, milagros.
Woo!
It's easy to dry out. Continue from the book, Back to Aztlan. Try to write a poem every Columbus Day, or Dia de la Raza as is known in Mexico. Back to Aztlan. Aztec Dancers' headdress of brightly colored feathers sways with her rhythmic steps, with teponaztla's beat, a kind of flattery to the gods. Aztec Dancers' smile glistens fittingly across generations, ancient rituals unfurl with fire's luminance. The winds caress mountains, rivers, oceans. The winds follow the moon, Metzli, back to Aztlan. Some monks went back to Spain, some monks stayed in our land, where cathedrals erected, rejected our gods. Our valley became theirs. We lived up on San Miguel hills, closer to the mines and mills, extruding silver for the King of Spain. St. Michael and all the saints brought to Aztec land by Spaniards, with cutlass crossed hands, slaughter our religion. European ways replaced Aztec rituals. Like savages, they accused us of being. The Spaniards cut the tongues of our Nahuatl speakers. Our sacrifices were for the gods, not without meaning. The invaders raped our mothers, betrayed our brothers, pillaged our cities, took all the gold, but not our blood. What blood was not spilled lives on, flows on, the Aztec still in us. Thank you. Family tree. Long ago, my father and I planted a maple tree in the backyard of the old blue house. One misty Monday morning, he held my hand and walked the lengthy backyard to find the spot, the perfect spot for the tree to grow, to unravel its branches. The years passed as I grew up, along with a young seedling. At age 8, the tree had one strong branch where Dad hung the swing. The same swing from which I used to look up to the sky and chase clouds, chase the wind with every pump of my feet. The tree got bigger than expected, the trunk thicker, as my father grew older and weaker. Many more branches sprouted. More children, including my own, have swung from that faithful maple. Sheltered under its shade, we sing and dance, remembering past seasons. We plant new seedlings for our family tree. My father is gone now. The maple tree remains a paragon of father's immortal love. And next, there's no explanation. It's in the poem. If you know what a bracero was or is, well, no, not anymore. Back in the 40s. Anybody know what that is? No? During the Second World War, all of the young people in the U.S., they became soldiers, so they went out to fight. So there was nobody doing any labor. So the American government, they got contacted the Mexican government and said, hey, we need people, we need workers, we need laborers. So they're known braceros. They came to work for the railroad, mainly. maybe other industries, but basically the railroad. And bracero comes from the word brazos, means your arms. My father was a bracero. I know this. My father was a bracero. I hold his contract, yellow paper full of restrictions and prohibitions. His pay stub, not enough to survive. I wonder what he had to endure. I wonder if the DDT sprayed on his face over the years contributed to his ailments. Diabetes, asthma, the cerebral embolism that blinded him. Laying railroad tracks, expanding commerce routes from Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. My father's dried sweat merged with that soil under a burning sun. Another nail on the ties. He went back to Mexico, Tenochtitlan, started a restaurant so he could send me to a private American school. He wanted me to learn their language, to live way north across the borderline. He didn't want me to live by my strong back, my strong arms, but by my words.
Wow. Woo!
Next is based on an issue I have with translations. This came from Jorge Luis Borges, Una Brújula or The Compass, and an input from John Burgess, who has been here before. When the poets are dead, the translators, they take the liberty to interpret whatever the heck they want. But if the poet's alive, you can't do that. I cannot take that license and just... So for John, I had to ask him, what do you mean by this? So he can explain how he used the word. So this is my problem with translators. Lo que importa. Here's the matter. All things we see in the world, we must refer to in language, by words with strange names. Atoms are the matter we see. We give names. Stainless steel, sand, stones, and paint. And these same things have different names. Acero inoxidable, arena, piedras y pintura. Rostfriestal, Odersan, Felsen und Schminke. What we make with these things, how we use these things is relevant, edifying, constructive. We remove the sand and stones, erect steel towers, adorn the towers with stainless steel, cover them with paint and glass windows made out of sand. We make guns from steel and bullets with lead. We make cannons to blast somebody else's painted towers back to the sand and rocks. What matters is what we do with all things. Every now and then I like to sit down with my daughter and write a poem, a little short one. So this is about that process. Dandelion. My daughter and I wrote a poem last night. We picked ideas and objects to write about. We mixed them up in a salad bowl, carefully tossed. We picked funny words to make happy sounds. We added, repeated, deleted. We laughed and fell to our toes. Pretended to be dandelions, waiting for the wind to shake us out. We acted like daffodils and tulips soaked in rain. We opened ourselves in the morning and closed our petals when the sun ran away. We agreed that our poem should be like a dandelion, so when shared with others, the words will flow to the ears of those who listen, carried by our breath, like the dandelion fuzzies in the breeze. And so, my daughter and I wrote a poem last night. Text has a lot of words in Spanish, and if you, again, they don't need to be explained.
No.
It's all in there. Kathleen Flanagan, our past poet laureate, liked this poem. She put it on her blog, The Far Field. And here it is, Euphoria. Tonight, I feel like Huracán Ramirez, Blue Demon, Lucha Libre champion, slamming rudos at the Coliseo. I live for a noche de tango and red wine, vino tinto, singing with Carlos Gardel, milongas with versos de Neruda, whisper in the ear de la mujer, the woman I love, que yo más quiero. I feel like a kid skipping down rain-soaked sidewalks. I feel like sitting on white porch steps, cigar in one hand, Cuban rum in the other. I don't care about piñatas, dangling sticks, batting the air. No candy tonight. All the children safe in bed. Running, scared from the sacred. Cold and recold. I am alone at last tonight. And lastly, this one, which I think I should make t-shirts to sell to you guys next time. It's called Breath. At day's end, we try to remain bright. Speak colorfully, for words are like the clothes we wear them on our tongues.